I know, immediately from my face, it looks like I've gone through 10 rounds with Tyson Fury. Unfortunately, guys, you're going to have to deal with this probably for the next couple of weeks or so. I've been absolutely battered with an illness that I'm still trying to deal with now. But today is a Friday, which means it's Championship score predictions, and I cannot, for the life of me, leave this out. So what is up, everyone? Welcome back to a brand new video on Lexalexus. We've got a really good weekend this weekend. We've got 6 of the top 7 playing against each other, including first versus second and top of the table clash. Before we move on, this is what the Lexalexus Football Prediction League is looking like. I had a terrible week in all honesty in terms of score predictions. Only got 2 points, although 5 of the points was completely robbed by 2 last minute goals. Well done to Lequan Henry, as we can see in the League One league. He picked up 13 points this weekend, so well done Lequan Henry. And in terms of League 2, there's not been much change going from there. But if you guys like what you see, please give the video a like. It would tremendously help. It would be very much appreciated today. Please do hit that subscribe button. Every subscription will probably mean one day closer till this face gets restored back to its normal form. And please share this video to as many people as you can. All of that really, really helps. But without any further ado, let's start going through what I think will happen this weekend's games. So the big game to go over this weekend is Fulham going up against Bournemouth. It is first versus second. It's a reunion for Scott Parker. He's reuniting with his old managerial club. Now, they couldn't be any closer in the table, only separated by 1 point. How sweet would it be for Scott Parker to not only beat his former club, but to overtake them at this stage of the season in terms of being the leaders of the championship? It's looking a little bit like a 2-horse race at the moment, which, you know, it is those two teams. Those two teams for me have definitely been the best 2 teams in the championship so far this season. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they cope with each other. I mean, Bournemouth are undefeated in 18 out of their last 20 games, which is unbelievable consistency. Fulham have really gone well in terms of their form though as well. They're undefeated in their last 9 games. I think we should see a really good competitive game. Fulham pretty much got a full squad available apart from Caballero and Nathaniel Chalobah. In terms of Bournemouth, they've got a lot more injuries and suspensions, including Jefferson Lerma, who's suspended. Of course, Gary Cahill, Ben Pearson still injured, Stanislas Hadden-Smith, Zamora. Those are big, first team players, and the fact that Bournemouth has still stayed competitive, it just goes to show the managerial credibility of Scott Parker and the squad depth too. To predict this game is tricky, but I have a bit more confidence right now on Fulham. I know Bournemouth got a bit of a better record, but I'm going to predict Fulham for a 2-1 victory. Let me know what you think in this top of the table clash in the comments down below. Another game right at the top of the championship sees Coventry going up against West Brom. It is 6th place going up against 4th place. I think this is going to be a really, really good match. Coventry, for me, definitely need to try and get something in this game. The gap between them and Stoke, who they are going to be trying to chase down to get into that top 6 place, is only down by 2 points. But the gap between the 2 teams playing against each other is only 1 point. And West Brom could actually see themselves in really big jeopardy of falling out of the top 6 if results do not go their way. They could definitely fall as far down as 6th if results don't go their way this weekend, especially if West Brom do not win this game. And right now, I don't have a lot of confidence in West Brom away from home. They've not scored in 4 out of their last 5 away games. Coventry, though, have not done too well with their form as well. But having said that, Coventry have played a lot tougher teams at this time, but they have conceded more goals. Having said that, I think because it's a really tight game, I actually don't think we'll see many goals. I know Coventry have had 2 0-0 draws very, very recently, but I have a feeling they might be able to get something from this game. I think they might just have enough within them. They're at home, of course. I'll go for a 1-0 Coventry win. Why not? I think we'll see a bit of a shock. We'll see what FIFA 22 is going to predict right at the end of this video. Next up is Barnsley going up against Huddersfield. Another thing I love about this weekend's games as well, it contains a load of derbies. And we've got a Yorkshire derby with Barnsley and Huddersfield. This game has been tricky because Barnsley, their form has been atrocious. They failed to win 17 out of their last 18 matches, which is not great whatsoever. But having said that, they've actually beaten Huddersfield 3 times in a row. They've got a very strong record against their Yorkshire rivals. Huddersfield as well have been dropping their form as well. They've actually lost back-to-back games and pretty poor performances against Queen's Park Rangers and their most recent one against Middlesbrough, where I do think Middlesbrough will comprehensively be pretty strong and better for them in that game. I could see this game actually being a good opportunity for Barnsley to try and kickstart their season under the Baggy era. Something tells me they will not do it, but following how good their record is, a lot of things could happen in the derby. So, you know what? I'm going to go for many shocks this weekend. I'll go for a Barnsley win. I'm going to go for a 2-1 home win to Barnsley and see if predicting a shock is the right thing to do. Probably not, but we'll find out. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Next up, we've got Blackburn against Preston. We had a Yorkshire derby, now we've got a Lancashire derby. Now, this is the only team in the top 6 that actually doesn't have to play another team within the top 7. So Blackburn will be feeling quite lucky that they don't have a seemingly really tough opposition. But having said that, Preston have got a very strong record against Blackburn. We have talked about Blackburn with their curse about not beating Preston. However, that curse did end last season when they managed to beat Preston at Deepdale by 3-0. But it was heavily aided when Preston went down to 10 men. Now, last time though at Ewood Park, Preston did win by 2-1. So Preston did get their revenge. And Preston actually did play quite well in their last game against Fulham, where I actually think they were a little bit unlucky not to get a little bit more from this game. I mean, they're unfortunate with the goal, but other than that, I think their performances have been really, really good. Blackburn, one thing I've been impressed with is their consistency, but also their form. I mean, their only defeat recently for Blackburn has come up against Fulham. Their other games have been close to immaculate. They've won 4 out of their last 6 games, and following this, Blackburn are in the top 6, and with a win, it could really help cement their place getting into that top 6 by the halfway stage, which I think is really good for Blackburn. Now, in terms of predicting this game, I might just say that this will be a draw. I just think with both performances, I think it'll end as a draw. I just don't think Blackburn have enough, but I don't think Preston will be able to get in behind enough. So I'll go for a 1-1 draw. I think it'll be a really, really good game, actually. Let me know what you think in the comments. Next up is Blackpool against Luton Town. Both teams have not been impressed with their form. Both have only won 1 game in their last 6 matches. But Luton in particular have really fallen down with their form with 3 defeats in their last 4 games. I don't know what has happened to them, really, to be honest. They've just conceded so many silly goals. But the thing is with Luton, which I'm a little bit worried about, is that Luton have failed to score in their last 3 away matches. Now, in terms of Blackpool, of course, they actually had their pretty good home form, but then at home recently for Blackpool, they've actually really, really struggled. They've actually only managed to score 1 goal in their last 3 home games. So following these stats where they've not scored many goals in their last couple of matches, I won't lie, I'm not even really confident that we're going to get many goals in this game. So as a prediction, I think I'm going to go for a stalemate. I'll go for a 0-0 draw in this game. Let me know what you think in the comments. Next up is Bristol City going up against Derby County. Now, there's been a lot of news on Derby County very recently with HMRC and the possibility of liquidation being involved. I mean, what's going on with Derby is absolutely incredible really right now. It just seems that one little story that goes round about them, it just gets continuously worse and worse before it even gets better. So I can only sympathise with what Derby are going through with right now. They face a Bristol City side where they're down in 18th place in the table. So at the moment, I'm not really too encouraged in terms of where Bristol City are sitting, but any predicament is better than what Derby have to face with right now, and I do feel incredibly sorry for them. They actually had a really good performance, I think, in the first half against QPR, but I do think their second half performance, they really did give the game away. Now, to predict this game is tricky. I actually think Bristol City have really improved at home, but Derby are really resolute actually a lot of the time. I'll go for a draw again. I'll go for a 1-1 draw in this game. Let me know what you think in the comments. Next up, we've got Cardiff going up against Sheffield United. Now, Cardiff obviously still sitting in 20th place, but they did have a really good win last time against Luton Town. It was a really good battle actually against Luton Town. In terms of Sheffield United, they've managed to pick up back-to-back wins. They got their first win on the Paul Wakey-Bottom, a 2-0 victory over Bristol City, and it was a very confident performance by the Sheffield United side. Now, one bit of form I'm a bit concerned about with Cardiff is that they've lost 7 out of their last 8 games, but Cardiff have failed to score in 6 of their last 7 home matches as well. So I'm really, really concerned in terms of Cardiff, in terms of their home form. Obviously, recently they played against Hull and they didn't do too well in that game. In terms of Sheffield United, they got a 1-0 away win last time against Reading. And I just have a feeling, based on the squad, and I know they've still got quite a few players out injured, I think Sheffield United might have enough. I think they may go on a bit of a run now. So I'll predict a 1-0 away victory to Sheffield United. I don't anticipate many goals, but let me know what you think in the comments. Next up is Middlesbrough going up against Swansea City. I think will be a really, really good, interesting game. They're both only separated by 1 point, but they are 3 places below each other in the table. Now, if Middlesbrough win this game, it'll put them on 29 points, and they can definitely be in around the top part of the table, but at least actually pushing in terms of where the top 6 talks are talking at the moment, which will be a good recovery for Middlesbrough. But Swansea the same as well, to crack 30 points, they'll be within touching distance of the top 6 if results go their way as well. So either way, both have been alright this season, but both have just had natural inconsistency. But it was good for Middlesbrough to pick up their first win under Chris Wilder with a 2-1 away victory against Huddersfield Town. For Swansea, they had a disappointing defeat to Reading, where they were really disappointingly not really set up well in terms of when they did score their goals. So if anything, if they could just be organised for when they score a goal, then I actually think they'll be okay. As a prediction for this game, I think for the fact that Middlesbrough are home, and I think Middlesbrough, in terms of their performances, really impressed me. I think they still might be able to have the difference in this game. So I'll go for a 2-1 home victory to Middlesbrough. Let me know what you think in the comments. Next up is Millwall going up against Birmingham. Now, I won't lie, this is the one game I'm not really looking forward to seeing this weekend. I mean, Birmingham have failed to score in their last 6 matches. There's been over 2.5 goals in Birmingham's last 6 away games. Millwall have kept a clean sheet in 7 of their last games against Birmingham by themselves, but Millwall have not been able to score many goals as well. They've actually drawn many games as well, and I think it's very, very natural for me that I'm also going to predict another draw. And for me, I think based on what the squads are showing at the moment, I think I'm going to go for a stalemate here. I'll go for a 0-0 draw. Hopefully I'm proven wrong in this game. Let me know what you think in the comments. Next up is Nottingham Forest against Peterborough. Now, Nottingham Forest have been a little bit concerning with their form for me. They've actually only won once in their last 6 matches. However, having said that, they have been unbeaten for quite a while now. In fact, if anything, they've actually been unbeaten in their last 6 matches, which I think is really, really good. Having said that, they actually need more points to climb themselves up the table. They're 16th place in the table, and I think with that squad, I think they should be aspiring for more. And I do think they actually have dropped some really, really silly points from when they have done. I mean, they've had 2 0-0 draws in a row. So Forest definitely need to try and build up their confidence in getting the ball in the back of the net. Now, in terms of Peterborough, I'm really, really concerned with their form right now, because right now they've actually not won in their last 6 games, and they've actually lost 4 games in their last 6. And following this, Peterborough are 22nd place, and there is now a gap forming between them and 21st, a 4-point gap, and if they can't pick up results soon, that gap's going to get even bigger, and it'll be more of an impossible task for Peterborough to survive. So if there's any time for Peterborough to win, it's now. But Peterborough have lost 9 of their last 10 matches, so for me, I'm more confident with Forest. Forest have got the stronger record. I'm going to go for a 2-0 victory to Nottingham Forest. Let me know what you think in the comments. The penultimate game this weekend sees Reading going up against Hull City. Now, I'm interested for this game. Now, it's 21st going up against 19th place. Reading with a win could definitely really elevate their chances of survival, and they can even overtake Hull as well. Now, Hull have been doing really well. They're on 21 points at the moment, but they picked up 12 points out of 12 in the last 4 games. They've won 4 games in a row, which is unbelievable form for Hull City with all things considered. Now, having said that, I think with their head-to-head record, it's going to be very close. But Hull have actually been unbeaten against Reading in their last 11 games. But majority of the results we get with these two sides is a draw, which I don't think would really suit both teams, to be honest. I think both teams will definitely want to win to try and project themselves away from the relegation battle and potentially start sneaking up into mid-table territory. So, in terms of this game, I think it might be a draw again. I just have a feeling that Hull will have this resilience and they'll get something out of this. But I think Reading, with the firepower they've now got in their new transfers, they'll definitely have a level up from what they have been playing with in terms of their last couple of weeks. So I'll predict a 1-1 draw in this game. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And the final game to predict is QPR going up against Stoke City. It is 3rd place going up against 7th place. Now Stoke, if they pick up a good result, if results go their way, they will return to the top 6. And they will only be 1 point behind Queen's Park Rangers as well. But one thing that's been impressive about Queen's Park Rangers has been their recent form. They're undefeated in the last 6 against Stoke in all competitions. And QPR at home have been really, really good. They've actually won 5 out of their last 6 home matches too. Stoke at the moment, they have got a lot of players out. They have got some Surridge still out for suspension as well, and they've got a load of players still out for injuries. So that's the reason for me why I don't have a lot of confidence. Stoke have just not had a good record against QPR as well. So having said that, I think it'll be a close game, but I think QPR may edge it. I'm going to go for a 1-0 home victory to Queen's Park Rangers. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. So guys, these are my predictions for the Championship Match Day 21. Make sure you comment your predictions in the comments down below. Before we move on to the end of the video, here is what FIFA 22 has predicted for these weekend's games. So the first match that FIFA 22 is going to predict is Fulham and Bournemouth. What is going to happen in the top of the table clash here? Lequan, I definitely remembered you having a good game week. I think there was only you and one other. Oh, we've got an opening goal! Bournemouth has started really well, and they've got the opening goal of the game. Jefferson Lerma has scored. I mean, unless he gets his red card rescinded, I don't think this will happen in real life. But what a start by Bournemouth. The goal of the weekend community tab poll, there's a 4-way tie because there's only been 4 votes and there's been 4 different voters. So if you guys want to make a difference, right, that's the full-time whistle. Bournemouth pick up a really crucial 1-0 away win. Right, so that's the full-time whistle, and Coventry West Brom, according to FIFA, will end as a 0-0 draw. Right, so according to FIFA 22, Barnsley and Huddersfield, the Yorkshire derby, ends as a 0-0 draw. Things are clearly not right going on with West Brom at the moment. They need to solve this. Here's a chance for Preston, and we got a goal out of absolutely nothing. Preston have not been in this game, but they have scored, and it's Emil Reece-Jacobson with the goal for Preston. 1-0 to Preston here. What a big goal that is for North End. I had 2 correct results by the 90th minute, and Preston have scored a second, and surely that is game over now for Blackburn. I think that was Sean Maguire with a goal there. It's good build-up play. Sean Maguire completely unmarked, and it's an easy goal. 2-0 to Preston. Right, that's a full-time whistle, so the Lancaster derby ends as Blackburn 0, Preston North End 2. Right, that's a full-time whistle, so FIFA 22 is predicting Blackpool Luton to end as a 0-0 draw. So, according to FIFA 22, they are predicting once again a 0-0 draw, this time between Bristol City and Derby. So, according to the full-time whistle, it is Cardiff 0, Sheffield United 0. When 831, could we try and get 835? Well, I was just talking about our subscriber goals, and Middlesbrough have just immediately scored in this game. I believe that's Sporar with the goal. My review video of match day 20, because you see me do a detailed analysis. Sporar has just hit a quick fire double, and it's a brilliant goal in off the post. Bender can't get anywhere near it. A really nice goal by Sporar there. 2-0 to Middlesbrough. We finally got some goals. According to FIFA 22, they're predicting Middlesbrough 2, Swansea 0, which is the carnage part of it. Oh my goodness me, what a strike! What a goal by Birmingham! Well, I thought this game was going to be very, very dull, but we get a really, really good strike. And that's Scott Hogan with a goal. Wow, what a strike. Right, so the full-time whistle has gone at the Den, and Birmingham pick up a 1-0 away win. Alright, Jacob Craig's not feeling much confidence right now. I'm off to watch I'm a Celeb. See you next video stream. Are you watching like a pre-recorded thing? And I tell you what, I'm talking about Jack leaving to watch I'm a Celeb. Nottingham Forest have scored. We've just been talking about Nottingham Forest scoring a goal and Lequan Henry predicting that if they don't win, that FIFA hates them. To reiterate, guys, if you guys do have second accounts or third accounts on YouTube and you can subscribe from there, please do so. It does help. Oh, we've got an equalising goal for Peterborough. Wow, who saw this coming? Johnson Clark Harris with the equalising goal. It's 1-1. Right, that's a full-time whistle at the City Ground, and Peterborough pick up an away point here as the game finishes 1-1. Do you think Barnsley have any chance of staying up? It seems like... oh, hang on. I can't actually see because Benjamin Bloom's notification for the stream has just popped up, and we've got a goal for Hull City. I was about to read a comment, and then Benjamin Bloom just started streaming for Derby QPR, which meant I couldn't see the comment. And as soon as that happened, just beautiful timing. Hull City have decided to score. Who scored? Was it Doherty with the goal? Let's see this goal again. Oh, it's a brilliant team goal. Brilliant position. It is Doherty with a goal. It's 1-0 to Hull City. It makes sense if Matt was to stream up, actually. No, yeah, he has. He has got that stream up coming, actually. That's probably why he went to my stream anyway. Just so I can tell that. In fact, oh my goodness me, just before half-time, Reading have taken the lead. It's still 2-0 Hull. And I tell you what, they're trying to keep this clean sheet, but Reading are determined to get back into this. They're really... Oh, well, I'd say that. The commentator's curse for Hull City's sake, because Reading have just scored one back. It's, I think, Liam Moore with a tap-in. I mean, I say a tap-in. Looked a little bit like a volley from a corner. Let's see this again from the replay. Oh, yeah, it is a volley. What a goal. 1-2 now in this game. Reading try and get this second goal, but there's not enough time. Hull hold on to the all-important 3 points. So according to FIFA, Hull will have an away win in this game and win by 2-1. Just only assume it's an injury with Lyndon Dykes there. Here comes QPR. Oh my goodness, what a strike. 62nd minute. I thought we would eventually get a goal. What a strike that is. That is a brilliant goal. That's probably the best goal I've seen, actually. And this might be the final goal we see as well, just inside of the D. What a strike that is on the top left corner. It is Stefan Johansson with the goal. I thought it was in. Wow, that is 1-0 to Queen's Park Rangers. So the final whistle ends with Queen's Park Rangers 1, Stoke City 0. So some interesting results for FIFA there. And finally, to conclude the video, on the left hand side of the screen are my Premier League predictions as well. If you guys enjoy what you see, please give the video a like. It just tremendously help. Please do hit the subscribe button if you haven't done. It does really help. And please share this video to as many people as you can. All of that really helps. But now wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are really legendary if you saw the end of this video. And as always, I'll see you guys very, very soon. Take care.